Welcome to the Daily Reminder Network.
Allah Azza wa Jal gives everybody wealth. People who make money through halal means Allah gives them. People who make money through haram means Allah gives them too. There are two problems here. One, the way you make the money. And two, the fact that you have money makes you really happy. In other words, it's material things that make you really happy. Just the next material acquisition as a result of your money, it just makes you really, really happy. This is the problem. You should not be so hung up on your wealth and the things you can get with your wealth. Allah is saying the rizq for you will come, and more of it will come if your concern is not yourself, your concern is actually others. When you're only thinking about yourself, your entire goals and aspirations are limited to yourself. How selfish and pathetic a way to live. The extreme is you're so concerned about everyone else, you forget about yourself. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Don't forget your portion in dunya. You have responsibilities that you and I have to take care of. Allah Azza wa Jal gives everybody wealth. People who make money through halal means Allah gives them. People who make money through haram means Allah gives them too. People who make their money by causing other people harm, Allah gives them too. As a matter of fact, even a robber can become wealthy by robbing someone. Banks are some of the wealthiest institutions after robbing the poor. That's a reality of the world today, So you have people that can have enormous amounts of wealth after, messing people over. And they're obviously very happy when they see their wealth, when they go on their expensive vacations and their private jets and all of this other stuff. But I'm not talking about billionaires today. Let's just at least talk about ourselves. Allah gives you and me wealth also. Some little, some more. And whatever He gives us, it can become a result of you constantly thinking about your money. There are two problems here. One, the way you make the money. And two, the fact that you have money makes you really happy. You keep checking the online app and logging back into your online banking and looking at it and smiling. You keep doing that. Or you keep looking at the car that you're about to buy. You keep looking at its picture over and over again. There's this look on your face. In other words, it's material things that make you really happy. Just the next material acquisition as a result of your money, it just makes you really, really happy. This is the problem.
إن قارون كان من قوم موسى فبغى عليهم وآتيناه من الكنوز ما إن مفاتحه لتنوء بالعصبة أولي القوة إذ قال له قومه لا تفرح إن الله لا يحب الفرحين وابتغ فيما آتاك الله الدار الآخرة ولا تنس نصيبك من الدنيا وأحسن كما أحسن الله إليك ولا تبغ الفساد في الأرض إن الله لا يحب المفسدين.
Indeed, Qarun was from the people of Moses, but he tyrannized them, and we gave him of treasures whose keys would burden a band of strong men. Thereupon his people said to him, Do not exult. Indeed, Allah does not like the exultant, but seek, through that which Allah has given you, the home of the hereafter, and yet do not forget your share of the world, and do good as Allah has done good to you, and desire not corruption in the land. Indeed, Allah does not like corruptors.
This is the advice that was so valuable that his community gave him, but Allah sees so much value in that advice, He made it part of His Quran. He made it timeless advice. You should not be so hung up on your wealth and the things you can get with your wealth that you're constantly overly excited about the next product, about the next vacation, about the next clothes, about the next house. And if this thing is the only thing that's bringing a smile to your face, then la tafrah, inna Allah la yuhibbul farihin. The question then is, why does Allah give us all this wealth? Actually, it is the same surah. فَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّن شَيْءٍ فَمَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَزِينَتُهَا. Allah says, whatever you've been given in this life, it is things to use in this life, and they are its beauty also. It's beauty as well. Meaning the things Allah gives us in this world, nice clothes, nice food, nice house, nice car, these things are also from Allah. This is also part of what Allah has offered you here. But you should use these things for a higher purpose. All of this is nice, but this is all temporary, and this is not your goal in life. Really, practically speaking, at the end of the day, between a believer and a disbeliever, they could have the same job, they could have the same amount of money, they could have the same nice car, but one of them has the right attitude and the other doesn't have the right attitude. And the right attitude is, this is not my goal. My goal is something much more. This is just a means to an end. وَمَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ وَأَبْقَى. What Allah has is better and it lasts longer. So now every time I think about anything in dunya, when I think about house, car, money, whatever I think of, I have to compare what Allah has given me here to what Allah will give me in the akhirah, and two comparisons always come in my mind: khayrun wa abqa. Whatever Allah has is better, whatever Allah has lasts longer. Whatever Allah has is better, meaning if I have food here, Allah will give me better food in Jannah. This is awesome food. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for this food, but Allah has better in store. Then Allah has given me health, but this health will not last forever. This youth will not last forever. This ability even to speak for some people won't last forever. The vision you have right now, your eyesight is pretty decent, but as you get older, it's going to get weaker. It's not going to last forever. But what Allah has for you in storage, in Jannah, that lasts longer than this. So why work so hard for something temporary when you can work hard for something permanent? That's the attitude, which is why his community says, first of all, don't be deluded by wealth. Don't be overly happy and overly excited by material things. Think higher than that, set your aim higher than that. And how do you do that? وَابْتَغِي فِي مَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةِ. You see, his community is not telling him to go bankrupt or give up all of his wealth, and it's haram for him to be wealthy, even though the way he made his money, that can be questioned. What they're telling him is through whatever Allah has given you. Because Allah has given this wealth to you, you should use whatever Allah has given you to pursue the next home, the final home. You have a home here, you have wealth here, but everything you've been given, you can put it to use to build your akhirah. What we're learning here in the word ma, وَابْتَغِي فِي مَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ, as opposed to saying فِي الَّذِي آتَاكَ اللَّهُ. The word ma has ibham. What they say is ambiguity and tawassu'. It's open. What that suggests is whatever Allah has given you. For some of you, Allah has given high intelligence. For some of you, you're amazing programmers. For some of you, Allah has given you very good business sense. For some of you, Allah has given great physical ability. Allah has given you different things. Whatever Allah has given you, first you do an audit of what Allah has given you. Then you figure out, how do I give this to Allah? How do I use what I have to build my akhirah? How do I use this talent that I have to do something good that can build my akhirah? In other words, you're not just thinking of your talents for how to make money for yourself, how to benefit yourself. You're constantly thinking about what abilities Allah has given you and how those abilities can be used to do something good for someone else, for Allah's deen, for another human being, for your neighbor, for somebody else. And when you start thinking like this, you're building the akhirah. When you're only thinking about yourself, this is what they program us to do, by the way, in modern education. Why do you go to school? Because you're going to get a job. So which major are you going to do? The major that's going to get you, first of all, you have a good talent in that major, and two, you can find a good job in that major. Why do you want a good job in that major? So you can make more money. At the end of the day, everything is about you. That's why you're pursuing this job. That's why you're pursuing this career. It's not about what you can do for others. Allah is saying the rizq for you will come, and more of it will come if your concern is not yourself, your concern is actually others. You want to do something more, greater than yourself. This attitude of, this is against selfishness itself. Allah is not against having wealth. But Allah is subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayah remarkably against wealth that is just about you. Your entire goals and aspirations are limited to yourself. How selfish and pathetic a way to live. You cannot call yourself a member of a community if you don't care about anybody beyond yourself, practically. In your head you care, that doesn't mean anything. But what have you actually done? What have I actually done? This is وَابْتَغِي فِي مَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةِ. But then there's an extreme. The extreme is you're so concerned about everyone else, you forget about yourself. You're so busy doing things for the community, for others, for the Muslims, in the work of da'wah, in the work of whatever else, running the school, Sunday school, volunteering in every single program, etc., etc. And you forget about your own life. You're not taking care of your own health. You're not taking care of your family. The wife never sees you. The kids never see you. Your job, you're failing at your job. The business is falling apart. Everything's crashing down because you're saying, I just care about deen. Look at the balance in the Quran. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Don't forget your portion in dunya. In this worldly life, you also have a portion. The portion could be two things. It could be the things you should enjoy in life. You have إِنَّ لِنَفْسِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا. You have rights over yourself too. Yourself has rights over you. You should take care of your physical body. You should eat right. You should should sleep at the right time. You should spend time with your children. You should enjoy yourself in life. That's all fine. There's nothing wrong with that. On the other side, nasib also includes responsibilities. So on the one hand, things you can enjoy, but also responsibilities. In other words, you get so concerned about changing the world, but you're not taking care of your own personal responsibilities. You have responsibilities that you and I have to take care of. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Now, if you can balance all of these things, meaning on the one hand, you are pursuing the afterlife, ad-dar al-akhirah, by thinking beyond yourself. At the same time, you're not forgetting about yourself. You're also taking care of your personal, your family responsibilities, etc. And your physical responsibility, for our physical rights also. Now, above and beyond that, what is the road open for? وَأَحْسِن كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. It's remarkable. Allah says, and excel the way Allah excelled towards you. You know, another rough translation is do good or do beautiful work, as Allah beautified or did such a beautiful job towards you. In other words, the way Allah made you is ihsan from Allah. أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. Could be Allah has done good to you, or the way Allah has made you, like He says, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. We created the human being in the best possible way. Allah Azza wa Jal, or best possible form, Allah Azza wa Jal is informing us in this ayah that the way you've been made, the aptitude, the skill set that you have, the talent that you have, the opportunity that you have, the job that you have, all of it is actually a gift from Allah, and Allah wants to see how you can use what you have been given. Because every one of us has been given something very individual, very unique. How do you turn that into excellence? How do you respond to Allah's favor to you? By going and doing excellent towards others. Allah did excellent towards you. How do you turn that and do excellent towards others? وَأَحْسِن كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. Ihsan first and foremost is to Allah. But once ihsan is to Allah, it becomes to everything else. Everything else we do has ihsan in it. When you drive the best possible way. When you study hard. When you play hard. Everything you do, you try to do the best you possibly can.
Donate now. Go to www.thedailyreminder.org/donate and stay updated by joining our network's social links.